Welcome back, our dear viewers. Egypt's road quality ranking has jumped 90 spots over the past 5 years, putting up a 28th position worldwide. A cabinet infographic showed the number of road accidents per year dropped 41.1% between 2014 and 2018, while the death and injury rates from these accidents have been halved over the same period of time. To shed more light about the importance of the development in the roads and access for the traffic sectors, we are very much delighted to have with us over the phone Dr. Zeinab Nawar, lecturer and professor of economics. Good morning, Dr. Zeinab.
Good morning, my dear.
Good morning. Dr. Zeinab, what is the importance of Egypt's high position and the fact that we did jump 90 spots over the past 5 years concerning the quality of roads?
Of course, 10 years ago, actually, I had worked in a project.
Yes.
Related to the public transportation, and we used to have a lot of meetings with international institutions. And it was at that time, 10 years ago, the complaint or what had been said that for Egypt we used to have, the quality of roads were not good.
Yes.
And this affecting the level of investment and also affecting a lot of. If we talk about more, if we're asking more tourists to come into our country. If we are asking about the image in terms of trade and encouraging more investors. So if you have a repetition of having enough good quality of roads, or you have a rank which is a low rank, this is I'm sorry to tell you, this is an international petition, which is not good for you. This is since 10 years ago. Of course, once you have an advancement lately if you talk about the quality of the roads and also the connectivity, the degree of the connectivity of the roads, this will give, first, it's very good in terms of giving a good image about our roads, about our infrastructure in Egypt, about the efforts and the advancements that had been done. This is number one. Number two, if you talk about investing and attracting more investors, and also if you talk about encouraging the local investor, so how we would ask the investors to work properly and to trade more if you have a problem at your road and infrastructure project. So, of course, the enhancement that had been done for the quality of roads and the connectivity will lead to more investments, will lead to more encouragement of investments, and also for safety, saving time, less time for doing trade and less time for the transportation of goods and services, and also, of course, for less accidents, because we used to be known before that we are from the highest countries in terms of the number of accidents. Now, if we talk about that, we have a better quality road, so this means less accidents. This is, of course, will be good for us, and also for health and for safety for us as Egyptians, and for connectivity. So, if you would like to talk about trade, like to enhance the business environment. So you need to do the transportation of different goods and individuals with the less time. Of course, less time means less cost.
Yes.
So, of course, this is very good, the enhancement of our rank in terms of these two indices. And this will also give us a good repetition and will enhance further trade and enhance further investment and, of course, further economic growth.
Yes, that would bring me, Dr. Zeinab, to ask about the importance of establishing many roads that contribute to facilitate the transportation as part of our economic reform plan. What's your take on that?
The importance of establishing the connectivity now, that again, if we talk about 10 years ago, for example, if you are being in any of the governorates like Aswan or Luxor, and you want to move some of your production to a Sokhna port or to any Port Said port, you cannot imagine how it was so difficult to move products from any part, from any Upper Egypt governorate into the port. Or if you are in Sinai and you'd like to move to go to Port Said, to go to Suez, to go to Cairo.
Yes.
So the importance of this type of connectivity and the increasing connectivity, that it facilitates the movement of goods if now we are talking about, we are in the time of, in the era of knowledge and the speed of information and the speed of transformation of knowledge, and it's a totally new era. So if you are thinking of also how you will think that you need to transfer the goods in a way that is so speedy, so safe, less accidents, and less cost. How are you going to do this if you don't have a good quality road, and if you don't have a connection, good connections between different cities? You need people who are living in a certain village in Egypt or living in a certain market. You need them to go to Cairo for trade, to get more knowledge, for education. Also, you need the people who are living in the Delta to establish their own projects and to move, even if, in some villages, in Fayoum, for example, I used to see that people, they have a big problem just to move from a village to another, or to move from the village to the market.
Yes.
We don't want these problems to occur again. We want people to move freely, to get knowledge, to get information, to do business. And also, we want to have a good repetition to our lands and to our countries in terms of connectivity. So connectivity and the increasing number of roads definitely will increase the economic growth. Because one of the pillars of economic growth is the type and the quality of your infrastructure. You cannot, under any means, achieving economic growth or economic development without having the proper infrastructure. So one of the items of the proper infrastructure are having proper roads and connectivity and linkage of roads between the different places at your country, starting from the village, markets, cities, and governorates.
Yes. Finally, do you expect that to be reflected positively on the investment opportunities in Egypt, both for foreign investors and local investors, Dr. Zeinab?
For local investors, more connectivity and more roads means that they can easily just, if they want, if they had just made a product in somewhere in Luxor, for example, and he would like to export the product from Al Ain Sokhna port. So now he will do it because of the connectivity of roads. He will do it easily now, and unless the movement, of course, of goods and products. So the movement will be in a less time. So less time means less cost. So of course, less cost means more competitiveness. If we are talking that we would like that our Egyptian products have more competitiveness relative to other products manufactured in the different countries. Number one, to have less cost, so this will help the exporter to sell the product with a less price. And of course, this will enhance our competitiveness in terms of Egyptian products. So the connectivity, the good quality, the linkage between different places, the easiness of the movement of individuals and the goods and products means less cost, and less cost means a lot for the exporters. This is for the local investors. The same also for the foreign investors, because the foreign investors, when he thinks that he would like to come to Egypt to invest, he will look for the infrastructure and the infrastructure project, whether this will help him to produce with a less cost or with an increasing cost. He found the infrastructure is proper and also is helping them to produce in a less cost, so he will be encouraged to come to our countries. And also for the foreign investors, they focus a lot in the concerns of health and health factors and safety factors and safety on roads.
Of course.
These are very important concepts and principles for them, especially for the multinational companies and corporations. So if you would like to ask them to come to our country, so one of the pillars now, one of the important pillars, which is the connectivity and the safety of roads in Egypt.
Yes, indeed, Dr. Zeinab Nawar, our professor of economics. Thank you very much for your precious input. Always a pleasure to have you with us. And with that, our dear viewers, we come to the end of this edition of our program, The Breakfast Show, coming to you live by myself, Maïsi Rabia. And I had all the pleasure to be accompanied today by my dear colleague, Amal Mukhtar. Till tomorrow with another crew, it's goodbye.